Oh yeah, and we have a nice little video here to watch you while we go over what happened. So last week we went. It was our first game we streamed, our second game of the season against Minnesota, and UCM had a really strong start on the stream. It was best of three. We went to all three maps. First map I believe was Theme, and then we had a really good start. UCM was getting a lot of frags on defense. Like, a lot of their players were just popping up, especially Black Magic. He was just going off. He was having just frag after frag after frag, clip after clip after clip. Like you're seeing right now, he is just getting those headshots, lining them up like madman. And then we went to Clubhouse, was our next map, and it, it was a loss for UCM. But the weirdest part, I can't really talk much on it because we had some technical issues during that. If you weren't there in the stream, we had a lot of server issues. We don't know if it was Uplay or just like we were having it be streamed and all this junk. It was weird. We're crossing our fingers for a good stream this time. But from what I've heard from the players, it was a very close. And the only reason why UCM says they lost it just comes down to just some unfortunate luck and just those split second plays that can be so important. And then the last map I believe was Villa, and we decided to call it because the way the lobby was working, we just said okay, we're not gonna mess with it because it's just gonna be too annoying to handle. So we're just gonna throw it. We're just gonna call a stream there, and it was a loss for UCM unfortunately. So hoping for this week to be just a better all around plays on the streaming and the team. Mhm. Well, we'll find out. But I think the biggest things as we get into the game now, the biggest things they're going to bring to the table here is they have to win their gunfights. Their aim has to be precise. They can't be losing these gunfights as we see them lose on a lot of first map cases here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Thatcher is just a very, very solid operator here to take out. And you see him on a Habana ban. That's something new for them. They had a set strat. They banned Maverick and they banned Cade or Kaid. Those are always the operators that they banned, and there is the Kaid. But they haven't banned Habana, and I do think that's the right play because when I was in there listening to them like they're talking, one of the players, Crew, he made a call saying if we would have banned Habana this game, we could have won because recently Habana got a rework where Habana's gadget she fires these little Xeno pellets that basically can break open walls. And the way they yeah, and the way they work is that they blow up hard breach walls, but they changed it so that way that you can now fire six, four, or two, and that basically makes getting hatches, which on basement side, it makes it the easiest thing in the world. I, I wouldn't say new. I think that it's just kind of been she recently in the season we kind of done this more of a Sophia trick to get rid of bandits on the wall because Sophia she her gadget is she can fire two explosive shots and two concussion shots. And the concussion shots can be used to stop a bandit from bandit tricking the wall, which can help you see him get the wall open here. Hmm. Oh yeah, get. Oh, the first thing they want to do is get this main wall open here. They're running the Cali to get the bandits off the wall. They're bringing Sophia there to try and to concussion the bandit so he can't bandit trick. And he has Spectre on the ace to get the wall open. There's a good mix of what they're going to need. And that bandit being so high level and played, they're going to get that wall open lickety spick.
Their slower approach, just waiting it out, which is probably the better plan here, especially trying to figure it out. Black Magic getting some good intel out for Boosh and Mirror Magic, possibly to get a nice little jump on them all. Crew following up probably on some of that information. Spectre is holding out here, just keeping this line of sight down so Fort Hays State can't really move around that much. Looks like it's kind of just a Mexican standoff at this point. Mirror Magic does see a Fort Hays State player in the background of his scope. Rival is trying to just exchange bullets here with it looks like Mirror Magic. Master Gas is low on HP. Clutch did take a little bit more damage a little bit prior. I can't keep sights on everybody. Clutch here trying to do some damage to UCM, but it looks like the three-man squad wrecking crew of Crew Black Magic. Mirror Magic does fall to Rival. Doesn't look like that Mexican standoff worked out well for that. And then UCM is down one player, but that doesn't mean the game's over. It does look like Clutch did take a power nap there by Black Magic's frag, and UCM is pushing in harder into the bomb area. Master Gas needs to watch out with his lower HP, but the rest of UCM is up on health, and so this is going to get really down into the nitty-gritty for UCM and Fort Hays. Master Gas is taken out by Boosh. Boosh with that nice little just follow-up, and then Spectre taking out Rival, getting a little bit of revenge play there for Mirror Magic. Spectre with a double kill onto LC Biteable. Oh my goodness, nice Sue. And it looks like it's just up to Implolian here from Fort Hays State to try and do anything. But the diffuser has been planted. Clock is ticking, and UCM Boosh takes out Implolian, and UCM takes round one on this map. Cody, I don't know what all is happening. I was just calling out names. Can you explain to me what I just watched?
You know, I got FH there. They took a lot of time. UCM really wasn't in sight until the very last second. Like, they were very slow on their approach, and it showed like how effective that was. So hopefully we can see them, if they want to do, they have to be a little bit more aggro on those defenses there. But I'm not too sure, because UCM, they came to frag and they were slow, but I'm just hoping that they can get a little bit faster, because that tag was pretty passive in my opinion.
It was a rather passive, kind of slower push, but we saw how that worked out in the favor of UCM. I like the slower plays because that means you're actually thinking with your brain instead of with the bullets that are in your gun. So I kind of like that play there. There was a pick six there on Fort Hays State's from Employee to, it looks like the Valkyrie, or from Employee to the Valkyrie. I don't know. Anyways, so the Valkyrie swap out there on the pick six. And so is that going to cause a issue for UCM with the Valkyrie being into play here, Cody, or is that just a utility thing?
It depends how fast UCM is going to be able to read this, because the Valk, I believe, well, did you know what the operator was before I was fixing OBS stuff?
That was a good question. It was somebody I never saw before in my life, so I can't really.
It's just going to depend if UCM read that as a basement hit, because as you see now, they instantly swept out to the basement. So UCM could have been thinking or building for a basement hold, but that's not going to be the case here now. And like a player like Callie, or Mirror Magic, she's not going to be very effective here because
of the close quarters.
Yeah, because of the close quarters combat here. But as you see here, their hold does look very passive. You know, don't see any roamers on site just yet. Still doing some setup, even, it looks like.
Yeah, it does appear that Fort Hays State is kind of trying to hold out the situation here, just trying to figure out how to be better against the UCM attack in this situation for them.
Yeah, because typically on this side, I see one or two holds. You see everyone's in basement, or half the teams like upstairs doing what's called the SSG for Space Gaming Hold, where they just do crazy roam, and it can work. It can also not work. I'm personally not a big fan of it, because I'm an anchor type player. But here we're gonna get into the action with Black Magic trying to take out this Valkyrie.
Yeah, it does look like UCM is again going with more of the passive play. I mean, why fix something that isn't broken? And so they're just going to continue to kind of like spec out stuff, see where everybody's at, and they're kind of spread out across the perimeter. It looks like, or Spectre's just the roamer at this point in time because it looks like Boosh and Spectre are roaming around right now, trying to see if they can get some clutch picks here and there, and then Black Magic, Mirror Magic, and Crew are just walking around, just trying to keep things solid. Crew placing down a breacher onto the ceiling/floor, depending on where you're at in the map. And so looks like, again, UCM is taking a very passive approach to this, as you said, Cody. And I think Fort Hays State is wanting to play around with that because maybe they're thinking maybe we play for the objective this time instead of going for the frag kills. Because I don't see anybody really moving hard on Fort Hays State like they did kind of last time. Looks like Masked for Gas is now getting a little frag happy and shooting up the ceiling a little bit. Does open it up a lot for him to see more of UCM's players. Crew does take a lot of damage from that shooting. And Masked for Gas is taking damage, but Black Magic falls to Masked for Gas. And that is one down for UCM and one injured. And so Masked for Gas, a little bit of a pop-off there. Just kind of a sudden explosion of stuff happening for UCM. And I don't know if they were really anticipating that to happen there, Cody.
No, they weren't. But they were watching the verts as well. They weren't playing the vert game just right. And Black Magic, in his credit, he did get a lot of damage on. But now we're gonna see the Kali is gonna come in clutch here. It will get the wall now off the wall, or the advanced charges to be precise. And now we're gonna see that wall is open. UCM now has plenty of entrances into sight here. It's just gonna be they just need to clear out a bit of the defenders here.
That they do, and so Masked for Gas is low on health. Clutch has taken a little bit of damage. Fruit does fall to LC Biteable, and so that is going to be an issue. But the diffuser has been planted by Spectre, and so this is going to just kind of come down to, can they get to the diffuser in time? Looks like the diffuser was taken out. Biteable takes out Mirror Magic. Spectre is taken out by Biteable, and then Boosh is taken out by Masked for Gas. Fort Hays State wins round 2. Were they just too passive this time, Cody?
This is definitely a very strong basement hold from them, and especially that Smoke came in clutch, able to take out, as Smoke, he throws Smoke. And the Smoke can't search you through. We're able to stop Spectre from even planting because he wasn't able to get downtime. And it took out Crew instantly with how low health he was, so I don't think it's definitely with a passive hold. UCM just kind of got stuck. They got the hatches open. They didn't know about they knew there was no roamers, and they took the sites well. They just couldn't push in. Super fun. And we're just going to have to see how they're going to play here on the next site. They're going back to CCTV here, which is UCM's. They did almost a flawless attack. Was a bit close here, but we're going to see what can happen here.
That we will, Cody. And so it's always fun to see how one methodology of going changes once you go down to a different level, which I love seeing that in this type of game. Just a different planning out and everything like that. And so I guess the question is, will Fort Hays continue to kind of just lock down and be more around the objective, or will they do more free roaming like they did in the first round? I wonder.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I think we're going to see a bit more of a passive hold because I think Fort Hays is going to be more of a passive team here. We're seeing, and this looks to be a very passive hold. There's not a lot of roaming you can do on CTV besides in the lounge area. Lounge and stock. That's probably the most roam. And obviously, you're going to want to have someone seeing garage because letting garage go is just going to be too dangerous because that's just such a powerful site to take.
It is, and it's a lot more open. UCM coming up onto their attack run here. Looks like they're going to be spread out just maybe a little bit more. Now, Mirror Magic and Spectre are looking like they're coming up to the top of the roof here to see if they can do that typical breach that they did last round. See how well that works. Boosh is also there onto their side, looking out for stuff. Don't know where Black Magic and Crew have disappeared to. Looks like they might be doing the roaming stuff. Black Magic busting out a hole into one of the sides. Maybe as a distraction? Possibly. A little bit of a mirror. Oh, nope. Just busting up holes. I like busting up holes. Oh, drones. I get it now. Mirror Magic taking out Rival for UCM here. That's a good, clean kill there, but he did take a little bit of damage, so just need to watch out a little bit on that. Black Magic just continuing to just look around. Crew looking for a bit of a flank move here. Mirror Magic just kind of locked down, waiting to see what all happens with the movement of Fort Hays State. Crew moving in, planting a little bit of a claymore trap. Ooh, that could be fun. Taking out cameras. Looks like this is going to be another kind of bit of a passive push, but they got a little bit aggressive in the beginning, and I like that. And so it looks like Fort Hays State is trying to find attack onto a UCM player. through the wall. No luck so far. Biteable keeping an eye here onto the kitchen area, it looks like. Employee and watching the basement there and whatnot. So just a little bit of pokey holes here with everybody, just trying to see what all everyone's doing. Clutcheth is looking and watching just the doorway here, seeing if any of the UCM players are going to be gutsy enough to walk through the door. Black Magic is also still doing his little Mexican standoff. Looks like a breach is set by UCM through one of the walls. Black Magic shoots up and takes out Clutcheth, and that is a nice clean kill from Black Magic. And so, this is looking good so far for UCM. Biteable here is hiding out in the hallway a bit more, just backing off, trying to see if he can get a better sight line on UCM. UCM, again, just holding their positions, waiting to see what all information they can probably get from their drones. I don't know who else would have a drone up, but that is a nice shot. Geez, Master Gas taken out by Boosh in that round. Oh, that's nice. Spectre taken out. Biteable. Oh, it's down to one player left. Employee, and can he hold out in garage? No, he cannot. Boosh finding him and taking him out. Flawless round by UCM. Oh, Cody. It was a lull sleep round until just like 5 seconds before this ended. That was fun.
Yeah, that was a great tactic by UCM. Very little damage taken. They read all the traps. They read that impact trick like it was nothing. Crew was able to push that thermite in just the right spot here, and they were just able to it was a textbook attack, really. There's nothing wrong. It's a perfect attack here. We're gonna see how Fort Hayes is going to do on a gym bedroom hold down, which there's not working with CCTV. UCM has our number here on that site.
Yeah, you don't want to be somewhere where the enemy's going to be taking you out, and you can only know that after you do a little bit of feel of the water. You just gotta dip your toe in and see what all happens when you go up against UCM in these certain areas. And so, I guess, is this like so you can pick 2 different locations or 3 different locations for the bombs? Is that how this works?
There's, I believe, on all sites there are 4 sites usually. 3 sites are the viable sites. CCTV is usually, depending on who you ask, most people like it the best. Then there's some people also like basement a bit more, and there's gym / bedroom. No one goes bar and stock because it's bar and stock. It's a bad site. It is, if you hold it, maybe it's a casual site, but if you run it in competitive and you win, you should be going pro, in my opinion.
You should be going pro if you can win anything on that one. Okay. Duly noted. So if you want to try and be scouted, just win on those locations there, people. That's how you get pro.
And we're seeing a pretty standard hold here from Fort Ace. They brought the castle because castle is just such a powerful operator on this site. But one thing I'm gonna notice here, they don't have a lot of rotates. They're kind of just giving Logi to UCM here. There's no way for them to watch it. I don't think they have it on prox alarms. I didn't see him place any in Logi. But if UCM takes that, it's going to give them that gives them a way into construction, and that can give them a way into site even with hard breaches.
This is very true, and looks like Black Magic and Spectre up on the roof trying to see if they can get a breach in below. Rival watching his little pokey hole here from the baseboards of the wall. Fun stuff. And so, again, you're right. They're really compact on this one here, staying in only a certain few rooms. Rival does see one of the UCM drones and takes him out, so no more surveillance from that drone. But I think UCM has all the information that they need. Boosh getting out his little Granado gun and taking out some of the walls, getting a little bit of spray out there, seeing what all he can find. Not much happening for UCM on that end. Crew putting out his drone, seeing what all he can see. Finds a person. Spectre taking out Rival. Nice, my boy. Crew getting a little bit of an eyesight onto a Fort Hays State player. But he ducks away. Looks like it was Clethis kind of walking out there. And Fort Hays State still got a couple players by the bombs, just kind of watching those out there. Looks like I can't tell who's up there by bomb B from UCM, but everybody's watching out here. Looks like Black Magic is probably the one close to the bomb right now. He's just peeking, just watching his corners, seeing who all is going to just walk out and do stuff. Crew coming out. Here's the gunfire. Can kind of see players. Crew taking a little bit of that. Takes out Mass and then he falls also. But Boosh was also able to get a kill while we were rolling in there. Bite Me takes out Crew and Mirror Magic. And that's a double kill by Fort Hays State. What niceness for them. But Black Magic and Spectre come in and clutch it out. Does not. He does not. That was a very bad pun. I'm sorry. That did not work out well at all. It was a good idea, but it failed. Anyways, so Cody, Again, was that just kind of like weird positioning for everybody, or what was going on there?
Yeah, like I called it. They loved what they did. They didn't do anything well just besides reinforce 2 walls and put the castle there. And I kind of gave UCM a free castle in Black Magic. I don't know. I can't remember if anyone else dropped in there, but they were just able to get in there, make sight lines, and just take out players. Like Black Magic was able to get a lot of frags off, and even we saw, I believe it was Mirror Magic and crew. They were able to get open Jacuzzi wall there. The ban trick was he's just rival was not working the ban trick today, I guess. And basically due to that, they get that wall open. I was giving them just more and more entrances, more and more sightlines. They just cannot stop these attacks. UCM being their ferocious beast. Now we're back to the basement hold though, which was their victory site. So, but I did come down to a lot of lucky verticals though. I'm gonna give them that.
There
So
were a lot of interesting verticals in that round, and so I found that rather intriguing because you never get to see that kind of play in some FPS games where you worry about the verticality. You use the verticality to get to where you need to be, and then you go forward. You don't usually use it as like a jumping because no player looks up. Nobody looks up. That's how this works. You never look up in an FPS because we're just that intelligent. I know I am. I never look up because that's just how fun it is. So it looks like are they sticking with the same place? I missed that part.
yeah, they're back on basement and construction because it's now been open. Because for those who don't know, when you win a site in competitive, I think in any Rainbow Six Siege game, it's gonna be on cooldown for 2 rounds. So that way it encourages players to go different spots. Also, we're gonna see a bandit playing in dirt or putting his walls on dirt. Not really. I don't really agree with that. Especially if he's doing just the 1 wall. Yeah, he's doing just the. I'm not a big fan of that.
Well, I guess Spectre knows which one not to go to, but he knows how to, I guess, take out the little battery operator.
Yeah, even then, because the only thing that you can really secure in that site is a Kaid. That's the only thing you can really hide in that site because it's just that drone hole there. It makes any wall denial super easy to get off, and it's gonna leave a path in dirt open now for UCM to climb in through.
Yeah, and that'll be a nice little flank path for him as long as they don't get caught for a Master Gas again. And his classical, let me just shoot up into the ceiling technique, which I do approve. I would shoot up into the ceiling as well if I knew that was a thing, which now I do know. And so throwing out a drone, seeing if he can get some information. Has a frag, or was that a smoke bomb?
That's an impact. That's an impact grenade.
Okay, so it is. And so looks like he's just continuing to watch the ceiling crew going through the kitchen here, kind of keeping an eye on stuff. Spectre on his kind of side there, watching out for stuff as well. Doesn't see much, does put out a breach here onto the sealed floor. Doesn't look like much is happening with the floor there.
Yeah,
Looks like now putting out the floor breach.
Yeah, it's a great plan by UCM in that part. They use the aces to burn the impacts, and that leaves the thermite open to make verts.
Looks like Master Gas does find Mirror Magic though and takes him down. And so UCM is down 1 player. I guess Mirror Magic was just in some weird position and got caught out. And so that's going to suck. Oh, but looks like who was that who was just taken out by Spectre? Master Gas misplaced a little bit there too. So now it's even 4v4. Looks like UCM is going to be able to get something off here. Boosh is in the dirt tunnels here. Maybe going to get a nice little clutch frag kills here with his little rifle. Nothing going on right now. Fort Hays State is holding off in their zone. Rival does see Boosh coming down the dirt tunnel, though. This could be a problem. Boosh does fall, but then so does Rival. Back to a 3v3. Black Magic is able to take out Rival as Boosh falls. So Black Magic is still in the dirt. No, never mind. He did it from the sky. My bad. Little Angel. Planting the diffuser. This looks gutsy to me, Cody. But Black Magic looks like he gets the diffuser off. And he does. So the diffuser is planted. So Fort Hays State has to hurry up into the clutches of Black Magic. Fightable, throwing out looks like some toxin grenades, and I don't know how well this is gonna work out. Got 33 seconds. Employum does fall to crew falls to clutch it. It is a 2v2. Black Magic does fall to, looks like Biteable die. What is going on? Clutch it takes a little bit of damage there from the Black Magic and Spectre. I thought Black Magic fell. My bad. Clutch it is the only one standing. He's heading towards the diffuser. He's trying to see if he can take out anybody, but he doesn't. Spectre comes through and takes out Clutch it. And that is it. UCM will win round 5. Cody, I don't know if this is too soon, but it looks like Spectre and Black Magic are the power duo. Like, I don't know. That's just last time they played against Minnesota, they were pretty pogs together. This round, they're doing the same things, and I'm liking it.
Yeah, they're definitely doing a lot of great stuff. Great synergy there. And what happened there in that last round, in case for those that were confused, we saw the Jaeger, which was rival, I believe, or he was able to flank back up, take out Crew, who was watching from the hatch into the side to give Black Magic Black Magic the cover he needed to secure the plant. And due to that, they were able to get the plant down, work their way in through armory, taking out any of the operators down below. But rival, he was able to go on that Jaeger, flank back up, take out Crew, and then try to take him out. But he just couldn't because with the synergy of Spectre and Black Magic, they were just working so well together.
That was just insane. I was not expecting there's people dying left and right, and I'm not able to keep up. And I honestly thought Black Magic died at one point because I thought I saw his body fall. But that was just insane. I'm glad that he made it through and everything. Clutcheth trying to take out Bush's drone doesn't really work out so well. So Bush's drone is still roaming around somewhere. It's gonna have a fun time. It's gonna be fun.
Let's really quick point that before we lose that. You look at the stats here for UCM. You see Spectre, he's getting a lot of frags here, and Black Magic and Boost, they are not far behind. And even though Crew Mirror Magic, they're just doing their part. They're playing those good support roles there. Because even though I think Thermite has a really good gun, and he's a really great operator, he's just not really the entry fragger that you need to get secure those frags. But, not everyone can be a fragger, and all roles are important in this game.
Oh, always. Every role is very vital because if you lose one of them, then things just start going haywire. Does look like Employee does take a little bit of damage. I don't know from who, but I guess he peeked out too hard on something. Black Magic is pushing through, looking like for a little bit of pool room. Employee now taking the ceiling shooting uppy thing away from, I think, what was it? Was it Employee last time? I don't know. No Mask for Gas was one shooting up into the ceiling. So we'll see what all happens there with Employee on watching that. Oh, no, Mask for Gas is there to just kind of give him a little bit of pointers of how to shoot up into the ceiling. I know I would need that. Anyways, no, they're good. They're good. They know what they need to do. They're just swapping around things. Black Magic, again, looking down for stuff. Crew looking to breach into the basement there. Does get a little bit of stuff off. Okay, might be an entry hole. Does drop in his drone. Looking around for some information. Retreating down the stairs. Looking to see. Doesn't see anybody down the stairs. Calls that out to his team, saying that we can kind of push down the stairs if we need to. But it looks like he's just going to kind of stay in the kitchen and keep stuff up. Blows down the door. And looks like not much is happening here. They have found Bomb B. Even though I think everybody knows where Bomb B is. As long as these guys have played. And so it looks like UCM is going to just continue to try and breach this slot, employing, throwing out frags, trying to see if we can get a cute kills here on UCM as they're trying to breach through the floor/ceiling of the basement. UCM, employing does see, look like Spectre run through, still trying to get a sight line on him. Spectre see, employing does go down low. Employing, I think, has to fall back. Just she can't take the chance on that one. Waiting to see if Spectre just kind of makes a bad positioning mistake so that he doesn't get headshotted. Doesn't see much. Not much happening there. But Boosh does fall to Biteable. Not good for UCM here. Biteable just watching this corner hard, it looks like. And then it looks like Mirror Magic does take out Employee, and Employee was low on health, so that's a good shot on there. Biteable gets shot up in the back. By who was that? Come on, Black Magic. You know it is. So Black Magic taking out some people here. And then it looks like Black Magic does fall to Mask for Gas. Rival taking out Spectre. It's up to Mirror Magic and Crew. Let's see how good this power duo is up against Fort Hays State. Crew does drop down to the bottom. Looks like he's going to be trying to plant maybe the diffuser or just trying to pull out bullets. Looks like there are a few people down there. Crew does fall to Clutcheth. Mirror Magic trying to see if he can get anything done. Mirror Magic does take out Mask for Gas, picks up the diffuser, starts planting it. Can he do it before Rival or Clutcheth finds him? Don't know if that's going to happen. Mirror Magic gets it off, and he does. The diffuser is planted, so now Mirror Magic just has to see if he can either take out the two people left from Fort Hays State or have the timetable just run out on him. Rival just walking up does take out Mirror Magic, and sadly, folks, Fort Hays State will probably take this. Yeah, if you can't deactivate it by this time, that's just sadness. And so UCM does lose that round, but Fort Hays State wins round 6. And so, yeah, that was a little bit intense there, Cody.
Yeah, that was a very close round there. UCM kind of just falling to some unfortunate tactics there. I'm not sure what happened to Boosh there. He got taken out by the SMG11, which can be a monster in terms of fighting against and using. And Black Magic, he was just this close. I know you can't see it, but I'm making a very, very tiny margin here of just getting that C4. And that probably could have kept him alive just a little bit longer and helped, maybe got that secure kill on the bandit. And that's what helped him take his team out, push his team in. But, a 4-2 here on attack, that is about one of the most best things you can ask for here. Usually we see on defense totals, we usually see the defensive team take a 4-2 lead. But the fact that UCM took 4-2 on attack is just it's just what you need. That's just a great start to this tonight's games.
Oh, it is, and this is great. I'm loving the competitiveness and all the skill. I did see, however, Fort Hays State pull out a character called the Lion. What does that hero do?
So what Lion does, he was introduced when Siege wanted to become a zombies game for a few months. And his gadget is a drone called Big Brother. I don't know what the name is, but I just call it Big Brother because that's what he says. And what it does is, once he activates it, it'll notify every player, friendly or not, about the drone scanning. And what it will do is, if you're a defender, and during the time when it's scanning, I want to say it's about 5 seconds, you will be marked. You will be pinged on the map of your location for a few seconds. Because if you get caught out about that, everyone on your team knows where you are, and you don't want that to happen. So normally he's not brought. He is a decent op. I personally don't care for him that much because I don't find his gadget to be that useful. Because there's just better. It's just easy intel.
Yeah, that's true. And so I'm intrigued to see how well they use this intel gathering from Lion, because that is a rather intriguing. So it's like Widowmaker's. Like I'm going with Overwatch because that's the game I know. It's kind of like her wall hack ability. Is what it sounds like to me.
Kind of, but you have to move in order for it to trigger.
Okay, that's fair enough. You can't just be lazy. So it looks like Mass for Gas is trying to shoot through the drone hole, seeing if he can maybe get a little bit of the toes of UCM. A little bit of an interesting trick. Chucks in a Granado. Does take a little bit of damage from UCM on the other side. Looks like Black Magic is just shooting. He's doing the same thing, just watching the drone shot, seeing if he can get anybody. And so let's see. Can he get him? Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, so close. Couldn't get him. That's okay. Mastercast is low, though. So he's like one shot away. Does get flashbanged by UCM.
No, it wasn't by. That's by his teammates.
Oh, never mind. I hate whenever that happens. I don't like that either. Whenever you're just trying to do something cool. Black Magic does take a little bit of damage from Fort Hays State through the drone hole, possibly. What was that icon?
That was the Lion drone.
Oh no!
So that's the icon you see when it's yellow. That means it's scanning. When it's the white is like saying, "Hey, it's gonna be scanning soon, so don't move." Yellow and then yellow is when it's scanning. If you move, you get pinged.
Okay, that makes sense. Looks like Crew's watching the breach here. Does take a little bit of shot into the back, and Crew does fall to Fort Hays State there. Clutcheth doing what he does best, and so UCM is down. Another one from Rival taking out Boosh. Not looking good so far. Rival is a little bit low on health. I guess all of Fort Hays State's kind of low on health here, but they're able to kind of pull stuff off. Another ping out from the Lion here to see if he can find any UCM players. I don't think he really got much information. Spectre walking out in the basement. Black Magic just trying to watch out some of the angles here. Hopefully he watches his back, because as we can see with our x-ray, there's somebody over there. And so Black Magic just watching the windows and everything. Oh, Rival almost got a little bit onto somebody. He's shooting through the walls, trying to see if he can find anybody. Nothing yet. Spectre and Mirror Magic just kind of watching through stuff. Shooting through the castle. Looks like defenses here, trying to see if he can get through and make a little pokey hole through the cloth fabric to what it looks like to me. Black Magic does get Mass for Gas, and then Employant comes in and takes out Black Magic. And it looks like we're planning the diffuser now by... there's Mirror Magic takes out Clutcheth. That's really nice.
There we go.
There we go, people. Employant trying to see if he can take out Mirror Magic. Mirror Magic does fall to Employant. It looks like it's just Spectre left. Can Spectre take on this 3v1 situation? The diffuser is being planted right now by Rival. Oh, Vitable and Rival are taken out by Spectre, and then UCM wins the defending round. Oh my goodness, this new pickup from UCM has been doing work. And oh man, Cody, that was a clutch play there by Garrett, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, no, that was nail biter right there. A little bit poor placement on Fort Hays is just where they're gonna put the future down. There's a little bit of poor watching in terms of this teamwork there, and because Spectre was just able to run in there, take out the planter, and then the time was already at 0, so they knew Spectre had to know that he was being that they were planting. So the fact that he was able to take him out and just pick the right operator at the right time, that's just butter right there.
No, it was so nice. It was so nice. And so it looks like Fort Hays State is going with another character I have not seen before. I don't know. Rival likes pulling out. Oh no, I think I've seen this one before.
Capital?
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one with like the flaming crossbow thing, right?
Correct.
Okay, I have seen this hero. I feel good now. I am somewhat diverse with the UCM ops that they run. I just don't know who all runs their ops on the other team. Yes, I know English. Anyways, UCM here setting up their defenses. It looks like in the traditional manner that they do with this specific location, making sure the garage is kind of barred off from being entered easily and whatnot. So what's kind of the plan here for Fort Hays State, Cody, if they're trying to get back into it and try and win this map?
You know, for most teams, I feel like with this set, they're gonna try and get the main wall where Mir Magic's sitting at right now. Get it where Mir Magic's sitting at. We're gonna get that wall open as the first priority, similar to how UCM pushes this. And then we're gonna see if any of them pushed over. I'm not quite sure if we can get over to see if any of them are pushing to Kuji's side or not. Might see one operator over there. Not too sure. I'm trying to use those tiny X-rays we got right now. But we still see an AFK player won't hold enough. One person not even moving.
Or maybe that's just, maybe that's a tactic, just stay super still where you spawned and they won't shoot at you. It's called a social experiment, Cody. I've seen these before in Overwatch. You don't move, they won't shoot, usually, unless they're a jerk. But, Anyways, this is competitive. You usually don't try and pull that stuff here. But maybe something's going on. Hopefully, everything's going well for Fort Hays State. I'd like this to be as even of a match as possible. Looks like everybody's just in their typical positions. Everybody's just kind of feeling, poking out, seeing what all they can do. Employment does fall to crew. And so that's just, that's a quick one there. Spectre watching the basement, seeing if anybody's coming in through there. Don't really see much. Mir Magic did take a little bit of damage. Mass for Gas is taken out by Boosh. Boosh just kind of roaming around, seeing what all he can find. Spectre seeing if he can find anybody else who wants to say hi. Nothing much happening there. Rival watching out here, taking out the window there, pulling out his little fire crossbow. It does shoot out. I think that's a flame. Yes, it was, because it had a flame cartridge on it. Now this one's blue. I don't know what's all going on. Black Magic with a kill on Debatable. Oh, that's nice. Clutch it. Still watching the ceiling there, seeing if he can find any UCM players just kind of sitting around. But Black Magic fights him instead. It takes him out. Domed in the head. Black Magic with a sweet double kill right now. And it looks like UCM is going to kind of hold this off. Rival just sitting up on the roof, wondering where all he needs to go, sending out the drone, seeing what information he can find. Maybe he can get like a little bit of an ace. Does run into a UCM player there with the drone there, so it does get a little bit of a mark, but it doesn't work out. Mirror Magic does take out Rival. Flawless round by UCM, and that was something fun there, Cody, I do believe. And so hopefully you're still here with me. I did hear Discord bloops.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. That wasn't me. We could have had an admin just randomly join. I'm not quite sure. I don't know what's happening right now. But I gotta say, that was a fantastic hold there by UCM. Like CCTV, I believe, and I think most people believe, that it is the strongest site to go on Clubhouse. And UCM showed them why it was. They went to the gym flex prior to throw Fort Hays off a little bit, but hey, it worked to their perfection, and they were able to clutch it up, and now have the confidence to go to CC. And now we're going to see them go to the gym. And I'm interested because we haven't seen Goyo played here a lot. This is a very interesting. This is a very, very, very different lineup from what we usually seen. But I'm excited to see what we have. We have Boosh playing the Legion, which we rarely see him on the Legion. So I'm interested to see what he can bring here in Black Magic. I know this, but I know he just loves playing that Goyo.
What does that Goyo do, if I may ask?
So Goyo gets 2 deployable shields here. That basically he's put a can of gasoline in the back of it, and as you see, he places them down here right now. You can see him place that can of gasoline, and basically it makes it, if you shoot it, there's fire. It makes a big hot bowl of fire that if you step in it, whether you're a defender or attacker, you're just gonna feel the flames.
Oh boy, that's fun. I like that. I love burning. I love the burning smell.
Yeah, I like the spot here. Because I've seen a similar shield spot used before, and it's a good spot there, seeing that shield in main hallway, because whether or not you put a plate there, it's just a threat that someone could be there or not. And you have someone playing it, that's going to make a main push really hard here.
It's going to be an interesting push here by Fort Hays State. And so it looks like Clutch is looking to go through dirt, is what it looks like here. A little bit of a breach here by Clutch. It's going through or maybe just pulling our leg there. He's not going through anything. Well, I
I
guess
think it's a good thing to blow open that wall. We see Spectre do this a lot. We see a lot of them do. Just having that wall open, just for a second being open,
Crew
is a really
falls to
good play
Emporium.
to come down later in the round.
It does. Okay, that makes more sense. The tactics here for Rainbow Six Siege are so much different than Overwatch, so I just kind of just thrown off there. Mirror Magic does take a bit of damage there from Emporion. Emporion is hurt himself, so we'll see what all happens. It sucks the crew is down right now, but hopefully that won't deter UCM from being able to pull something out of their hat to make this round win. And make it a match point. I forgot. This is match point, everybody. So if UCM wins that, this will be map 1 for them, and that'll be very, very lovely. So Biteable looking out in the area here. Looks like he has some kind of night vision visor on, to me.
Yeah, he's using the Jackal, which that visor allows Jackal to see footprints of the defenders. And if he scans the footprints, he can ping them depending on how warm those footprints are.
Black Magic with a kill onto Rival there in the stairwell. Oh, that's just so nice to see when all that happens. So, oh, man. So even 4v4 for UCM and Fort Hays State here. So back to just being able to just kind of predict where your enemy is going to be and everything like that. So Rival, I just got cut out in the stairwell, was knocked down, but then was taken out. Black Magic is taken out by Emporion. Emporion making his low life work out very well. You know, some players who have that, low HP will play a lot safer and just kind of hold off probably somewhere else. But I guess this guy, he's not about that life. He wants to get into the action and get his KD up too. So we'll see how well that goes. Mirror Magic does take a bit of damage here from Fort Hays State. And Fort Hays State has found bomb A. Looks like Biteable is looking to push in just slowly here on the ground, a bit prone. Mirror Magic and Boosh are a little bit low on health. Spectre looking to see if he can do anything possibly, but nothing really happens. Biteable is taken down and is back to a 3v3 for UCM. Looks like Spectre takes out Biteable. And man, Spectre is just kind of like being a powerhouse right now for UCM. And so he's just making a name for himself. Emporion low on health. Master Gas going up the stairwell a little bit. Doesn't see much. Emporion again with that low health life. Boosh taken out by Mass for Gas. Not looking so good there. 2v3. Emporion is knocked down and taken out. Mass for Gas double killed for him. Clutch is planting down the diffuser. Spectre's the only one left alive. Can he pull it off again? Mass for Gas and Clutches are his targets. Not looking so good. He's got a lot of people to just kind of get through, but does take out Clutch It with his shots there. That looks pretty sick. He's got only 32 seconds in order to take out the other player and win the round, but doesn't look like it's going to win there for him. Mass for Gas able to take out Spectre, and UCM is not able to win with this match point, ladies and gentlemen. We expected too much from Garrett, but he did a lot for us in that round. Even with those last two.
Yeah, he was just that close. He just probably couldn't see the Sophia through those chairs. And now UCM's gonna be forced to probably go back to they're gonna rerun the basement arsenal. I think they are bringing the castle. I do like this, but I don't know what's gonna come off though. I don't know if Fort Hays here is gonna fall for the trick of the castle. That's definitely gonna be a 6 pick right there. Back onto that Goyo. We'll be surprised if it's any other op. Let's see.
I'd be very intrigued by that too, because it looks. You called it. You called it. It was pick 6 to the Goyo.
Nope. Might go something else actually. Nope, he's going to stick the Goyo. Probably switching over to maybe a C4. Maybe he does in the right pistol. I don't know if he has that. And the Yin to the Yin,
Yin,
a great
yin.
use of the 6 pick.
I mean, sometimes you're just panicking and you're like, I don't know what to go. And then when you get too much into the comms and the time just runs out, things happen. You try and call a play and then, things just go a little haywire, I can't blame people for that. I mean, but the Goya pick, I think will work out well for UCM again here. It obviously worked out well last round. So
as we're looking at the kills here, Mirror Magic is able to catch up the boost here, but Spectre is just taking that lead. Black Magic is getting on his tail here, so it's a race for kills. We're going to see some plays here.
We're here for bragging rights for UCM. That's it.
Oh yeah. And with UCM sitting right now, they are sitting really fine right now. They have at least one more round until CCTV is unlocked for them, and that's basically a guaranteed map win. I don't want to brag too much here, but also seeing some powerful roaming here. I mean, it's just such a powerful site, and this is one of UCM's best maps. We've seen Crew and Black Magic. Looks like Crew's here. Okay, I think Crew's just here to make the impacts for Black Magic to rotate. He might be sitting up top as well, so hopefully he brings the fragging power to make that roam worthwhile.
Yes, looks like Crew takes out a little bit of a drone here from Fort Hays State. Again, just kind of rotating back and forth between the two rooms, just trying to help support Mirror Magic and Black Magic as they're roaming around. Mirror Magic has a little bit of a guest on the other side of the wall. We might see if something happens. Mirror Magic throws out a little bit of C4, blows up a window there, just trying to say, "Come on, guys, come play. We want to have a fun time down here." Rival did take a little bit of damage from somewhere. Don't know where exactly. Maybe from the C4 charge that was thrown out there, or just maybe ran into somebody that wasn't exactly there. Crew is downed for the count right now. Black Magic does take out Employon, and so Crew is still down. I don't know if he can be revived at this point in time. Black Magic is keeping an eye out for Fort Hays State to see if they come in to finish off Crew. Crew just trying to be the good bait boy that he is, and it works out. Black Magic takes out Mass for gas. Still waiting. Crew's just like, "Come on, guys, I'm an easy kill. Come get me, boyos." Black Magic's like, "Yeah, that's good, boy. That's good. Just keep looking juicy. Keep looking juicy for me." Never mind. Black Magic says, "It's time for you to get up. You've earned your keep. Now let's keep going here." Black Magic running around, seeing if we can find anybody else. Clutches poking through a window, seeing if we can find anybody from UCM, just waiting around to see if they can take a little bit of a bullet to the chest. Nothing really happens. Crew is on low health now, being revived at the point in time he was at. With Fort Hays State down 2, this is looking good for UCM. Black Magic again going in for another kill. Gets into it and takes out freaking Clutches. That is a triple kill for Black Magic today. And so, just keeping his quota for at least one triple kill round each team that they play. And so, Biteable looking to see if he can get somebody. Takes out Crew. Crew was on low health, so, not much hopes there for him. But Biteable not, seeing where the diffuser is, waiting to see if there's somebody just there waiting to trap him. Throws out a bit of a frag, it looks like.
A smoke.
Or no, a smoke. So trying to obscure it, see if somebody comes out. Black Magic waiting there, seeing if he can find anybody. Looks like Biteable got the diffuser and is running down the stairwell. That is such a thick cloud of stuff. Black Magic does take some damage from the cloud. Is knocked down himself. And so UCM is Biteable takes out Black Magic. And so Bitable's like, he did a triple kill. Let me try and do a triple kill. And I appreciate that. Get a little bit of, that fun rivalry that we want in these matches. Does get a little bit of poison cloud to him. Pulls out something from his boot. There was something in the boot.
That was the
but
Goo
does fall.
From Legion.
Oh, okay. Goo Mine from Legion. Fort Hays State is down. Spectre falls, but also takes out Rival with him. So that was kind of like a flip-flop of deaths there. That was great. And that will be a win for UCM here. This is map 1. We'll be moving on to map 2, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And we will see you after the break.
Yeah, that was a great game, and we'll talk more about it right after this cool break.
Imagine opportunity. Got it? Good. Now pursue it. Choose the right college to cultivate it. Discover your passion, your talent. Now share it. Embrace it. Go global. Find support, network, build your team. Set a goal, work hard, achieve it. Be proud of yourself. Celebrate it. Discover UCM. Discover opportunity in action.
When you are looking at college, you don't want a piece of paper. You want an opportunity. The opportunity to lead, to innovate, to transform. The opportunity to excel beyond what you thought possible. At the University of Central Missouri, your goals are achievable because we give you more support so your ambition faces fewer obstacles. Embrace your potential with the backing of 150 years of academic excellence, with undergraduate and graduate degrees available in Warrensburg, Lee Summit, and online. Discover UCM. Discover opportunity in action.
Culver's is a proud sponsor of UCM Esports. Welcome to Delicious.
Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. We're back here with the next game here. We're going now to Oregon, which this was the map pick I want to say for Fort Hays. So we're going to hopefully see some good picks from them. And it's just a great match there. UCM taking a 7-3 map win on Clubhouse. That's a great map, I would say. Wouldn't you agree, Cordell?
I think so, because that's the one that we classically see all the time with the first round, especially with UCM, and that's usually the one they're able to secure and get. It's beyond that it seems like UCM seems to struggle with being able to close out on stuff. So I don't know if I've seen Oregon played. I'm trying to recall in my very brief memory of casting this R6 stuff, and I don't know if I've seen Oregon before.
Well, you're about to see it right now.
I'm going to be excited for that. And so what is the biggest issue that UCM is going to run into playing on Oregon?
It's going to be how, we're just going to see how they attack it, because, this is kind of a weird site. Their strats here, UCM, I wouldn't say they're I haven't followed them as much because I have I have to worry about Black right now. But we're going to see how they're going to run this, like, on their strategies, like how solid they are, what have they changed, and everything. But we're going to see the first ban coming out here. It's going to be a Thatcher. Good pick there for UCM.
Always with the Thatcher. We don't like Thatcher here, so we're just going to make sure he never gets to see the light of day. And so, that's fine. I think that's fine and dandy.
Yeah, I didn't say Thatcher. I can't remember. I can't remember if Ubisoft just released it. It was in the most recent balance update, but they released there was a pick rate for a casual. A Blackbeard. Fort Hayes does not want to run with that. And that's fair. Blackbeard is very much a disgusting operator, is the lightest way to say it.
The lightest way you could put it is that he's disgusting.
Well, yes. I loved him. I used to play him when I played on Xbox, but it's just I don't put it in words terms, but it's like if you're running Blackbeard, you're disrespecting the team. Because Blackbeard, he's like almost a secure a gun win, and it's just disrespect. And then the Kai, that's the last.
So yeah, it looks like some normal ones minus the Blackbeard, but I guess that might be typical for Fort Hays State, for whoever they banned during their tournaments. I haven't looked back and seen, but this is going to be a very exciting round here. Looks like UCM will be starting off on the defense here on Oregon. So looks like UCM, depending on how well their defense is here on Oregon, I guess will determine how maybe the rest of this map goes. So if since Fort Hays State picked, that's what I'm going to just assume that they're very confident in the way that they can attack and also play on this map, because this must be their favorite map, like Clubhouse is our favorite map. Or maybe Clubhouse isn't our favorite map. I don't know anymore.
I would argue Clubhouse is probably our favorite. UCM. Look at the records, which I'm not the record keeper here. That's more of our wonderful observer. She does a lot of the record keeping for us. But I don't know if it's the best map, but it was definitely, from what I remember, they got the most wins on that map and the best round differential shield. But going into this, I want to explain this hole, because this hole that we made here, it is insane. This strategy here, it was made by none other than Crew. He made a strat himself. He brought to the team saying, "Hey, okay, this strat, it's wacky, but if you just hear me out, and let me explain it, because I'm pretty sure this is a strat here, because I have run it a few times. But this strat, it's wacky, and if they changed it up, I'm excited to see they changed it up. But it's gonna have some insane plays, and it's gonna require a lot of teamwork. But if it's executed well, yeah, this has to be the strat here, because it's just a wonderful strat. Crew brought to the table, and it works wonders.
I'm excited to see how well it works. It's nice to know that our UCM players are able to sit there and kind of strategize and come up with their own strats, and then also their teammates able to work around those strats and be gung-ho for at least trying them out. I know you guys scrim almost on a nightly basis, and so you are able to kind of test out the strats and everything. And so it looks like it's all set up for them. UCM is in their defensive positions, I do believe, for whatever this round's going to be. Fort Hays State is pushing through the basement area, looks like here, or at least Rival is. Bomb A has been found by the scouting drones of Fort Hays State. Looks like Master Gas and Rival are just kind of walking around in this construction area, seeing what all's happening. Employee walking through a little bit of the small hallway, seeing if he can find any UCM players. Looks like Clutcheth is walking around, seeing if he can peek. Lots of hallways in this map, it looks like. Being able to just to kind of, it'll be a lot of hallway fighting. Black Magic peeking around the corner here, seeing if he can find anybody. I think they all know that they're down there. And so it's now another Mexican standoff. Black Magic shoots up the little hallway there, but does fall. Not able to get the kill off on Master Gas. Master Gas is low on health, though. So maybe just a little bit of a breeze might knock him over, which would be kind of hilarious in some games. I wouldn't like that. Yeah. And so Boosh watching more hallways, so many hallways. And so it looks like Boosh is able to get at least some firing out, so he kind of has an idea of where everybody's at. Spectre trying to see if he can get a cap off onto one of the Fort Hays State players. Doesn't get much, does take a little bit of damage. Rival still running around in the construction zone. Clutcheth walking down the stairs here to find any more UCM players and see if he can get towards the diffusing area and whatnot. But is able to take out Mirror Magic. Oh, that is bad. So Clutcheth is on a bit of a spree at the moment, it looks like. And so, yeah, this isn't looking good. Boosh does, however, take out Employon. And so that is, trying to help out, even outing the odds there. But, Boosh is at low health. Spectre has a little bit of damage to him. Crew is somewhere hiding off. Boosh with a double kill here onto the Mask for Gas. And so, as I said, Boosh just shoots his bullet in his general direction. He was going to die. So that's good. I like that. So back to evening it out to a 3v3. Boosh shooting through the wall, see if he can pick up any damage on some people and see if there's any hits. Spectre watching the hallway here. Has an inkling on somebody being there. Does get a little bit of damage out. Does knock down Clutcheth, and Clutcheth is down by Spectre. And so UCM is up here on the man count. And we'll see how well that goes. Spectre takes a little bit of damage from the gas cloud there and is on a little bit of low health. Rival walking through the walls, seeing if he can find anybody. Might try and shoot through some walls here to get some damage. Biteable looking for some UCM players. Sees Bombe, but does take a little bit of damage and is knocked out by Boosh with a triple kill. Boosh just says, hey, Mirror Magic and Black Magic, let me just kind of copy that out. There's too many magics in this, so I totally butchered that whole thing. But anyways, UCM on top right now. Rival looking to see if he can find anybody from UCM. That hallway's dangerous right there, people. Don't go down that hallway. It might be deadly for you. And so he tries to go around, and Spectre takes him out. UCM with a Defenders round 1 victory. And so that just, there was no safe way for Rival to kind of flank around or find any way. That is one stellar defense by UCM on that little hallway.
Yeah,
just keeping those angles.
Yeah, I gotta say, that strategy is definitely a really wacky strategy, but it works really well. And UCM, at the beginning, I was a little bit worried. I was thinking Black Magic got a little bit more aggro than in person I would have, but we have completely different play styles in this game. And unfortunately, he was, one health away from scaring that frag onto their Nomad, and it's just a good way to take him out. And we saw there, we're seeing that Clutcheth, he had no idea why they were there, and UCM using Mozzie, who basically takes attackers' drones and makes them defender drones. That can scare a win right there if you can get enough drones.
Well, that's always fun, taking over the enemy's drones. Joyous. And so it looks like UCM's going to set up in a similar fashion, kind of, but I know they're at a different location at this point in time. And so, but looks like UCM's kind of sticking with a bit of a free roamer aspect to it. Fort Hays State is throwing out some drones here, getting into the prep phase, seeing what all's happening. It looks, fairly solid. It looks like the entrances to this place are maybe a little bit easier to cover than other maps almost, maybe?
Kitchen Dorms is a very interesting site because there are just a lot of interesting walls here. Did they leave Games Wall soft? I can't tell right now.
Locate a bomb and
Okay, yeah, the Games Wall hasn't been reinforced yet. They still got time to do it, but, the defenders are prep phase is now over, so you should be getting good to go. So I'm not quite sure what happened there, but hey, the walls are up now, and the Fort Hays is just now starting to drone out the site. So we're also going to.
Well, yeah.
We are going to see them pushing this small tower. So I'd like to go to play-by-play, Cordo.
Oh, okay, sure. I'll tag in. Here we go, everybody. So Fort Hays State is running in here. Looks, again, a little bit of a slower push for them. But don't you worry. I'm sure that they'll, jump in real fast. Looks like a Mask for Gas and Rival. No, Rival's at the bottom of the stair. Clutcheth. That's who it is. And okay, somebody went up to the roof there. And so Fort Hays State looks like Rival's cutting through the wood here in the enforcements that UCM has put up, putting in some little pokey holes for Fort Hays States to go through. Looks like there's some kind of device nearby. I'm going to assume that red symbol means something. A little bit of a frag grenade out by Rival along the wall. Doesn't really see much. Looks like it was more of an impairing flash grenade than it was anything else. Hole is being made bigger by Rival here, just trying to get a poke hole.
Yeah, this is a hole. I think that could have been dealt with a lot better if had the Maverick moved his drone back literally an inch. He could have made a very small hole here, and he wants to make this prone hole. More power to him.
And Employon is taking out Boosh here, so UCM is down a player now. And so that I guess the pokehole distraction worked. I don't know. I can't tell where everybody's at on this map. So, but this is Spectre Mirror Magic here holding off near the wall there. Spectre does see some stuff happening. Mirror Magic does take out Mass for gas. So UCM is back to the even 4v4 life. Oh, there's a breach on the wall there. Spectre does see a Fort Hays State player running around there. Biteable is looking to see if he can peek through here on the little balcony area. Throws out the drone, see if he can find some information out on UCM. Mirror Magic with a double kill onto Rival. Mirror Magic is taken out by Clutches though, so sadness. Mirror Magic was like, I might try and get a triple kill so I can be in the kill club. Didn't work out so well, and so that's a sadness for them. Black Magic though does take out Biteable, and so Clutch is looking through the room here. I do believe he knows that there is a UCM player in that area. I can't tell due to body shapes. I have an issue. Spectre looking around in the chest of drawers, maybe trying to find something in the sock drawer.
I don't know. Get on top of it. It's a weird angle to have.
A very weird angle, and it works out for him, and Clutcheth is down by Spectre. So all that's left is Employeon. Employeon falls to Black Magic, and there we go again. UCM with a round 2 victory. And so that was just some fun stuff there by UCM. Again, they're a bit spread out, but not so spread out where they can't support each other. And then they all know where these little nooks and crannies are. That was a very fun thing seeing Spectre just hop up onto the chest of drawers there and get that higher angle. Again, looking up. That's a difficult thing to do in FPS.
And Krugi and shut on that table, very unfortunate there to happen, but it happened. Siege, it's not a perfect game, You're building an FPS on the Assassin's Creed engine, which, that's just great stuff by Ubisoft. But hey, this game's been going for 5 years. I haven't made a game going for 5 years. But, now we're going to see UCM going to kitchen and dining, which this is also like, I feel like they completely reworked their strats, which it's a good thing to do because we were kind of running the same strats over and over again. And after the meta change, and it just wasn't quite working, so we had to rework some of our strats. And that's always the thing you want to do with this game. You always want to be reworking your strats, because if you're not, especially with how once we broadcast our teams, it's you gotta be constantly reworking. Because as much as I love doing this, we do kind of hurt them a little bit because we're basically giving away.
I mean, that's always the cost of whenever you do any kind of sporting event, whether it be basketball, football, or anything like that. People will find out your strats. And even when you're in the match watching, the coaches that are there are usually have a bird's eye view and they're watching anyways. So it's not like it's unheard of to have to change up your strat continuously. But as long as you're able to run your strat efficiently and you recognize the fact in the middle of your match that it's starting to fail and you can quickly change it around or have a fail-safe plan, that's the biggest thing, is that you got to be able to adapt quickly and have fail-safe plans when your mainstay starts to fall off. And so that's just the biggest problem there. And so I guess Bush's special ability with that alibi, I can't really say the names, is that a decoy?
Yes. So what she does, she throws out little holograms, and there's holograms. But what you can do is if an enemy shoots one of your alibi drones, it'll reveal your location for, I want to say, 3 pings, 1 every second. Don't quote me on that. I know someone's already typing it the second I said that. I know who you are. And so we're just going to see him. We're seeing Cluck doing the drone out here. He does that alibi. Now, one of my favorite things to do, it's a casual only strat. You should only do it in casual, but my favorite thing to do is place down an alibi and then stand in the alibi.
And Bush taking out Employeon there in the background, and so that makes it a man advantage for UCM here. But, we've seen Fort Hays State pull out a good frag here or two and is able to get the score back to even. And so UCM, again, with a bit more of a solid defense again. And that's just kind of like their bread and butter, just doing the defense stuff. They are very much used to running a defense-like strat. Clucker is hammering in here into one of the entrances, seeing if any UCM players are nearby. Walking forward with his little impact granado, seeing anything happening. Does blow open the floor there a little bit, but I don't think nobody's able to see much of that. Does see UCM player and runs away. What just happened there? Who just fell? Crew is shot up in the back by Clucketh. Clucketh saw him. He's like, oh no! And then he comes back around and is able to take out Crew. Shot up in the back, and so that's just I guess we just weren't expecting that, and so now it's an even 4v4 situation for UCM. Clucketh that was hilarious.
What was inside?
He is, and he's taken out by Spectre there, and so he was just pounding through like a wrecking ball there, just trying to see what all he could find. I mean, it worked out once for him. Rival does take out Black Magic, and so now we're down to another 3v3 situation. I like this. They're just going back and forth on the kills and everything. So Spectre, Boosh, Mirror Magic are going to have to step up their game. Mass for Gas Rival is knocked down, is taken out, and then Mirror Magic is taken out by Biteable. And so Rival is still knocked down. It's still a case. Mass for Gas is planting the diffuser. Looks like, Spectre takes out people there. Biteable is down by Spectre. Oh, no. Things are going down. Spectre and Boosh trying to clean it up, and Spectre's the last one alive to go home and have a few drinks after that round.
Yeah, that was a very close round there. Good thing on UCM for doing that double push, that good teamwork push. Like I'm mentioning comments where like Jacob was probably saying to Coliseum, okay, Spectre, we're gonna push on 1, 2, 3 push, and there's that 2-way push. You can't, when it's a 1v2 situation, you can't be in 2 places at one time. And UCM used their manpower. Sure, they lost a person, and sure, that's probably gonna hurt the KD. But what matters more is a round win. That's what I gotta say.
The objective is more important than actually getting kills. That is such like a foreign concept to most players. It's hilarious.
It really is.
Things happen. Looks like Rival might be doing a pick 6 to the Lion here, and I think the Lion helped him out a little bit, but I mean, it only worked out if it was kind of like a surprise thing, and UCM was actually moving around doing stuff. It wasn't really good for like the initial like go forward thing. So I think Rival has the right idea with getting more information. I think it can work out really well, and I think he'll get better timing with this one. Because I mean, I think the Lion worked out well the last time they ran it.
Mm-hmm. And especially in this site where this site is a roam heavy site here for UCM, it's gonna work a lot more in their favor, especially because they're gonna have 3 players off site at the beginning of this round. So once they're when they're forced to retreat, they are.
5 seconds to insert.
When they're forced to retreat, a Lion can pop them out, and that ruined that retreat 100%.
Moving out to locate
And so that'll make this very interesting to see when that Lion move will be thrown out there and whatnot. So UCM getting the final touches onto their defense up and running. Fort Hays State beginning their attack run and seeing what all they can do, sending out the drones for a little bit of information. And Florian here, seeing if he can find any UCM players. Not really much happening there, so he decides to roam somewhere else. Looks like Biteable, Mass for Gas, Clucketh, and I think that was Rival. Yeah, I think they're all down there. I think I said Rival twice. It's okay. The names kept moving. I have issues shooting through the wall here for Mass for Gas, trying to see if he can pokey hole his way into seeing somebody. Spectre with a bit of the high ground here, seeing if anybody's going to just come walking through. Boosh does take out Emplorion, and so that does give a one-man advantage up for UCM. Up drone coming out from Lion, seeing if we can find anybody. Expecting that Boosh would be running around, changing location. Spectre shooting through the ceiling, seeing if we can find a Fort Hays State player. Does see a body down there, starts to tack it off. Looks like Mass for Gas is the one that took a little bit of damage there. Looks like the drone is going out again from Rival, trying to see if we can find anybody. Looks like a couple of pings were gone through. Clucketh does take a little bit of damage from UCM. And so Boosh with a double kill onto Rival. And so triple kill by Boosh onto Clucketh. And so now UCM is ready to cook with some gas here. Boosh just watching the ceiling. And so I think this is the same, nope, different ceiling. So it looks like Boosh is just better shooting through the ceiling than Garrett was. And so looks like Fort Hays State's just trying to hold back, saying to see if UCM will try and push forward. They won't be able to get any kind of information out of Lion or anything like that. So there's just going to be slow progressional movement from Biteable and Mass for Gas. Mass for Gas with the diffuser, trying to see anything. Biteable looking down the stairwell, does see Mirror Magic and takes him out. And so that's going to work out for them, but does fall there to Black Magic. Black Magic just watching that stairwell like a hawk, boy, like a hawk. And so Mass for Gas low on that health, trying to see if we can find UCM players next to the, looks like the barrel there of toxic fumes. No, never mind. And so just another slow progression, putting out some bullets, trying to see if we can find anybody who wants to shoot back at him. Does get some enticement, it looks like, from probably Black Magic. And so Boosh is still up there looking through the ceiling. They all know where he is. Mass for Gas is kind of in between a rock and a hard place at this point in the little construction site behind the barrels. Hopefully not full of nitroglycerin. That'd be terrible. And so UCM knows where he's at, just kind of waiting out. I mean, 30 seconds left on the clock for him to try and get through there. Does take out Black Magic, though. And so that's a bit of an uh-oh situation. Poison gas coming out by UCM there. And so Mass for Gas is going to have to try and push forward, but runs into the gas, says forget it, and does fall down to Cruz little gas stuff. And so UCM does take this round against Fort Hays State. Jeez.
Cluck of the we have a unfortunate lag situation. You know, it's going to become a pause timer there. We're going to wait for UCM to come back. We don't know what is the situation with Boosh. As I'm experienced with these situations.
Well, yeah, my other concern is that what did he do? Because for those of you who don't know, Boosh and the majority of the R6 players live in the same house, and their internet's bad, and so they have internet hotspots that the team provides, and they all have one. So I don't know how his internet cut out. So that's kind of interesting to see.
From what I've heard, I did hear one of our players was having troubles. Might have been crew work where sometimes his was randomly just switch off, which it's a fun thing. They're great. They're way better. I wish I had one, but my Ethernet surprisingly has been. I almost went back over to the break real quick. My Ethernet this semester has been pretty good, which I'm fine with, but I guess not perfect for everyone.
Nope, not always the case. And as Cody said, I think we'll just chuck this to a little bit of a break, and we'll be right back, and hopefully Boosh will reconnect with us.
Yep.
Taylor Industries is a proud sponsor of UCM Esports, a family-owned and operated business.
When you're looking at college, you don't want a piece of paper. You want an opportunity. The opportunity to lead, to innovate, to transform. The opportunity to excel beyond what you thought possible. At the University of Central Missouri, your goals are achievable because we give you more support so your ambition faces fewer obstacles. Embrace your potential with the backing of 150 years of academic excellence, with undergraduate and graduate degrees available in Warrensburg, Lee Summit, and online. Discover UCM. Discover opportunity in action.
I'm going on.
Okay, we are back.
Yeah, it looks like Boosh was able to solve that internet connection problem that he had. So it's going to be fun times now. And so resuming that timer. And so, yeah, I'm happy that he's back. Glad it was a simple fix.
I know we talk a lot of trash on Ubisoft here because they're Ubisoft. But, I got to say, this last big update, I just got to bless them for adding the pause timer to custom lobbies, because it makes situations like this where we have an unfortunate disconnect just so much easier, because it's just it's just a lot better than having to have everyone leave on one side, make a new lobby, we-get the match settings in, make the bands right, make the rounds right, get another screenshot of two scoreboards. It's just so much easier, and it's just those quality of life updates to Siege that make the game just so much better.
It just makes it so much nicer, for the esports settings of it and everything. So this shows that Ubisoft does care about not only the pro scene of their game, but also the amateur scenes and the collegiate scenes, and just all the tier 2 and tier 3. I wish other developers would care just as much.
To insertion.
So, but yeah, UCM here setting up with their default defense here. So Cody, what does Fort Hays State need to do to kind of breach this thing, or what kind of thought process needs to be going through their minds at this point in time?
I think they just need to decide on get a designated attack plan of what to do. Whether it be have 3 people go in the tower and attic, and have 2 go games, or switch it around. Right now I see 2 going, 1 going armory, which just putting the Ash Rush to work here. And also this need to be a bit faster. Like we saw last round, that Maverick, it felt like ages to me on his making a Maverick hole, and it could have been solved a lot faster, had he just moved the drone back.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure in the plays, I don't want to be too judgmental here, but there's a lot of things that they just could fix here and make it a lot faster. Right now they do have good map control, and they're trying. Looks like they're going to get the wall denial off, the mute jammers off the wall, which that's needed. We're also seeing here we have pixelated version. We're going to see Ash here taking that Goyo shield in trophy, which is going to allow him to push up here, and hopefully we just see some good pushes here from Fort Hayes.
Yeah, it looks like they're waiting here to see what UCM does on the defensive sideline, sending out the drone ping again, seeing if they can get anybody from UCM to move. Nothing really out of that information since, so it's kind of more of like a little bit of a zoning tool. Employon taking out some of the defenses. Boosh taking out Biteable, and so UCM is now up a man. And so this is where Fort Hayes has to try and pull stuff off. Boosh takes a little bit of damage. Does down Employon, and Boosh with a double kill onto Fort Hayes State players. And so it has begun by Boosh with his reign of terror. And so Boosh here with a little bit of health loss, but not too much. Clucketh looking to see if he can get a little bit of a headshot on somebody. Does try and bait out Black Magic, but doesn't work out so well. Is taken out by Mirror Magic. My apologies. And so UCM, a little bit on the Dio. Spectra does take it again. Mass for gas taken out due to the Chester drawers. Careful of your socks, ladies and gentlemen. They might just start flying out from those drawers. And so Rival just watching the area here, seeing if Mirror Magic's going to poke. Does take out Mirror Magic. And so rip Mirror Magic. He's just, wanting to make it through the rounds. Rival shooting through the window, takes a little bit of damage onto, it looks like possibly Boosh. Maybe Spectre. Rival does take a little bit of damage and is now low, looking to see if he can find any more UCM players. Just kind of playing ring around the rosy on the roof here. Does kind of try and camp the window, but he only has 24 seconds before the round ends anyways, because he has to plant the diffuser one way or another, or he has to do a quick 1v4 on low health. And so it doesn't look too promising for Fort Hayes State, but the impossible is possible with any kind of determination by either side. So looks like Fort Hayes State Rival here is going to hop through the window again, see if he can find anybody. Nobody's there to kind of take him out. He does see, takes out Crew. Rival with a double kill, but doesn't work out. Black Magic finds him, and UCM wins round 5. Cody, that was something sick by Boosh, yeah?
Yeah, that was a really good play there. All over UCM, they had a lot of great frags there. And I felt bad for Rival there. It's a 1v4 situation. They were down 4 now. They're now down 5, and that's the same with the mental game of having all your teammates probably giving callouts. Hopefully, not screaming at the top of their lungs. It's impossible to see because comps can be a whole entire mess. And I just felt bad for him, because he was in a tough place. He tried getting frags and he got 2 frags, so it's gonna help his KD boost definitely in the long game, if that does matter to him. But in my opinion, KD boost this is a secure round win, and UCM might be taking a flawless defensive phase here, which that's going to be rough for Fort Hayes going into their defensive phase. As in, if this round goes UCM's way, Fort Hayes cannot make any mistakes.
This is very true, Cody, and so UCM is going to set up a pretty stellar defense once again. We've seen them do pretty well. Again, I don't want to knock Fort Hayes. A Rival, I think, did a fairly good job on trying to stay alive and do the smart thing and take out who he could. But, it just comes down to the fact he is one man. He is on low HP, and there's only so much he can do. And so I think he did the best that he could, and I think Fort Hayes has put up a pretty good fight. I know some of the rounds have been fairly one-sided, but then there's been others where they're fairly close, and I think that's something to show for Fort Hayes and their program on how well they're developing through this. And so UCM, again, finalizing all of their defenses here. Looks like the traditional little placements for them. Looks like everybody's going to be heading to their little stances. Hopefully Crew doesn't get shot in the back again by a sledge. That would suck. And so it looks like Fort Hayes State is going to start their reconnaissance phase here onto UCM here on Oregon. And so now I'm excited. And so Mirror Magic then confirming that they are tryhards in the chat and they are sweaty nerds. And this is also a very true fact. They all look like sweaty nerds, as you saw in the lineup graphic. And so that's just the way that we roll here at UCM. We sometimes get very sweaty because this is a competitive environment that we would like to win at. We're not here for funsies. Looks like Clucketh is looking around, gets his drones out, does peek a UCM player, calls out that strat, tries to even escape the bullets of the UCM player, does start getting jammed, it looks like a little bit, by UCM. And so now Fort Hayes State is going to start pushing through. Employon takes a little bit of damage there. And so does Crew, watching the hallway here, takes a lot of rain of bullets there from Fort Hayes State, hides around the corner, is going to peek again, see if anybody's going to come out. Doesn't see anybody. There are 3 Fort Hayes State players just sitting there waiting for stuff. Clucketh does take a little bit of damage during some of these rounds. Frag coming out, and Crew does take a little bit of damage there. from Fort Hays State's crew says, I'm kind of done right now. I'm just going to fall back a little bit, see what all goes on. Employeon looking around, seeing if he can find another UCM player to take down, or at least get a little bit more damage out. Throws out his drone, prones out, does take out. His rival is down by Spectre. And then, Employeon comes out, takes out Black Magic. And that was one heck of a hide behind the desk. Spectre again with a biteable kill. And then Boost with Mass for Gas. Employeon down by Boosh. And then Cluckett's taking out Boosh there. Oh, Fort Hays State. That was one heck of a, crazy bar fight there. So now Cluckett in the same situation as Rival, but this time he only has 3 people to contend with on the UCM side. Crew a little bit damaged. Mirror Magic Inspector up on the level. And so now we just get to see how well Cluckett is able to try and bait out where UCM is. He has an idea where they all are, and now he's going to drop into the basement, maybe try and get a shoot up, takes out Surveillance from UCM, and it looks like he's just going to go through, it looks like a meat freezer to me, and then he's going back up the stairs. Let's see if this flank works out. I don't know if UCM has an idea of where he's at. Oh, good, a label for basement. I do enjoy that. And so Cluckett, again, looking around, trying to see if he can find anything going on. 40 seconds left on the clock as I say this, and I don't know if he has the diffuser. He does, so he has a chance here. Will he shoot through the wall? We can see x-rays here. He has an idea. Oh, looks like a bullet does come through, and he's taken out by Spectre. And so UCM with a round 6 victory on that, making this a match point, and that is a flawless defense by UCM on Oregon. Cody, I'm very impressed.
Yeah, this, I was a little bit worried here, but UCM, their rework strats are coming in clutch here. These are definitely, they're showing some very efficient strats here, and we're going to see them now being put on the attack here. So it'll be interesting to see what Fort Hays can bring to the table in comparisons to UCM. And in case if you've been watching the chat all from what, in the in-game chat to be precise, you saw like one of their players called out, and I think it was Clucketh. UCM just has that really great synergy, and that's what you need. Like, this synergy can make a team just so much better, and that's one of Ubisoft's a lot of their games I play at least, rely on that synergy, whether it be For Honor or Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. They just have this choosing different heroes to have synergy with, and just using that together can secure wins. So going into this, we're gonna see construction from Fort Hays here. It's rough right now, because we're now in
Match point territory.
We're in series win territory.
Mm-hmm. And so this is do or die for Fort Hays State here, Cody. And so they have to have one stellar defense, and then they have to go back on the attack if they're able to pull out the same thing UCM did and have like a flawless defense round on this. And so this is going to require a lot of coordination, a lot of teamwork, and just being able to kind of predict where UCM is going to go and kind of have an idea of where they're going to be potentially positioned and understanding just how you need to have yourselves placed. And so I think it's possible, but I guess we'll find out here as the round begins. Fort Hays State is beginning to set up their players in positions that they believe is doable. I think it'll work out. I mean, spread thinly for my taste, but then again, UCM was too, and it worked out for them. So UCM looks like Black Magic going a bit on the side angle here with Crew onto where Mass for Gas is on this little, I don't know, what is this, like a cellar? No,
this is called Tower. Typically we call it spot, I want to say Tower 2, because it's the second floor of the tower, so we might see, interesting frag.
That was very much so. Master Gas, a little spook there. I would be too. Finds a drone, tries to see if he can take it out. Says screw it. The drone can go live another day. Master Gas does have a little bit of damage. Pulls out, looks like a toxic gas bomby thingy. Looks like it's
those are the goo mines from Legion. Which you step on them, prevents sprinting, and will do some poison damage to you over time.
And Clucketh does take out Boosh, and so already a good start on the defense for Fort Hays State. And so looks like UCM might have to step up their game now too. And so Clucketh watching the outside here to see who's going to peek around. Might be somebody fun. Mirror Magic looking around, seeing if he can find anything. He's playing the Ace today, and that should be fun for him. Not much coming out of the drone info for him. Nothing really going on there. Clucketh still low in the health. Biteable did take some damage. Can't tell who that is. He just fell down a hole.
That was Rival.
That was Rival. So Rival's down there now. So Black Magic getting that information, hopefully passing it on to his team Crew, ducking behind a table, and then Black Magic probably going to pop through the window here and start going manhunting real quick and see what all he can find. Looks like Fort Hays State is coming up the stairwell there, and Crew is taken out by Fort Hays State there. by the hands of Rival. And so just Crew getting shot in the back a lot this series, it appears. That's where, at least the times we see him die, it's to the back shots. And so Mirror Magic coming through, seeing if he can frag out too. Nothing much happening there. What the heck?
Wait,
There's a dude right there. Hello? What's going on? What? Cluck gets with a kill on the Mirror Magic. The Cluck gets AFK. Spectre with a kill on Employon. What happened? What?
I don't know what Mirror's doing. I guess his glass. That was a bit of a dark corner, I would say,
That works,
but
especially with the double kills. Black Magic with a kill on Debatable. And so UCM with a 2v2 lead. Spectre a little bit low on health. Does pick up the diffuser, starts planting it himself, where Mirror Magic fell, looking eye-to-eye contact with Clucketh before he was shot in the head. Diffuser is planted. 43 seconds left for Fort Hays State to try and stop the diffuser. Mass for Gas and Rival are the ones up and running. Spectre low on health. Black Magic, one hero here. Can he help out defending this place? Masked for Gas looking to see if he can get a quick kill on people. Spectre does fall to Rival. It is now up to Black Magic. See what he can do. Double kill for Black Magic. It's a 1v1 situation for Black Magic up against Mass for Gas. And all he has to do is kind of watch where the diffuser is. 18 seconds left on the clock for the diffuser. Sounds like Mass for Gas is coming through the bomb area, trying to find somebody. Black Magic takes out Mass for Gas, and that will be a win for UCM, and the series goes to them. Oh my goodness, with one weird, I don't know what kind of weird deja vu thing happened there with Mirror Magic, but that is a flawless victory for UCM here on Oregon. Dang, that was nice.
yeah, that was. I would say that was a beautiful attack, and I thought we've been saying Clubhouse was using this map. Maybe it's Oregon now. We could see a change this season. But speaking of which, we're going to take a quick break here. We're going to figure out who's going to be the player of the game, wrap the show up, and we'll talk to you in a little bit.
Culver's is a proud sponsor of UCM Esports. Welcome to Delicious.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here at the Taylor Industries post show, and we had one stellar of a series done by UCM here against Fort Hays State. And so, Cody, that was just some great stuff by UCM. I was real proud of our boys there. And Fort Hays State put up a great fight as well. Oregon obviously was a difficult map for Fort Hays to do, but they showed a lot of vigor in the first map we had in Clubhouse. And so, but yeah, it was just fantastic all over the board by our guys at UCM. But one shined better or brighter, that's the term, than the rest. And can you tell us who our Culver's player of the game is?
Yeah, I think he definitely he's new. I mean, that's a dead giveaway right there. He's new, but he came to frag and he's started as a star starlight. I got to give it to Garrett, aka Spectre. He was just having some fantastic displays. He tied both rounds. From Oregon, he was the top person, but he had some great stuff on these maps. And he on Clubhouse, he was the top fragger, so he had the most frags, or tied for most frags at least. So I gotta say, we just gotta give it to him.
Oh, definitely. I think Spectre and Garrett there did earn his spot there, and he has shown that since joining the team, he is able to synergize well with everybody and to be able to fill the shoes of our previous player, Nullify, in that situation. I think he's done a phenomenal job. Obviously, every time you bring on a new player to fill in a very niche position, it's always important to see how well those go. And so I think Garrett earned it well, and I'm excited to see how he progresses throughout the rest of the season here at UCM. Whatnot.
Yeah, we got a lot of great teams. I'm excited to see what the boys on red. We'll hopefully have the black highlights up for you soon from our last week match. I'm excited to see how everyone reacts to that. It's going to be some exciting stuff, but we're going to have an amazing semester here, Cordell. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for some esports. I'm ready to see some of our other games starting. I'm not quite sure on that, but hopefully I see some other content up here, because as much as I love Siege, I'm excited to see the other guys' streams going up as well.
we should hopefully have some other content coming up for you shortly. Super Smash Brothers will be one that should be coming up sooner than later, rather than later on some of the other content. Other teams are looking for tournaments at this moment because apparently the titles that we play are all fall sports. I don't know why, but they are.
Who knows?
I don't know either. So we're hunting down tournaments. A lot of the teams have found their own tournaments and they are entering them. A lot of them start up in either mid or late February. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah, I've been Cordell Ballard. As for my partner here, Cody Bruckerhoff, and then Kimberly, our observer from UCM Esports, we wish you a good night and we'll see you next time.
I'm going on. When the lights go down, I've seen hell in you, but you don't care, no, you don't care, no. You just rather watch me fall. From a quarter mile, I can see you at the call. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw. When you break it